Hello guys, this is Dr. Palaniappan Manikam. In this video, we're going to talk about what are the mistakes I did when I started this time restricted feeding so that you don't do the same mistake so that you can reach your outcome pretty fast. Let's dive deep into it. If you think you got anything out of this video, please consider supporting our non-profit organization called Vanna Malargal Foundation, which supports Aishwaryam Trust in Madurai, which helps neurological patients who cannot even move their hands and legs, who cannot even eat, who needs 24/7 clinical care. We are providing the clinical care, doctor support, nursing support, ambulance and nutritional support free of cost. In addition, we also support We Embrace, which is an organization for kids with special abilities, kids with autism, kids with developmental delays. Everybody has a wonderful atmosphere over here to grow together. Your support means a lot to us. The first biggest mistake is I started aggressively. I started involving in research in time restricted feeding. I was blown away by the results and I wanted to jump on the wagon right away. So I did from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I just drank water after water after water after 6 p.m. and my sleep got disturbed. I was not able to focus properly and the next day I was literally very tired. For the first week I was like, why am I doing this? Let me be fat. Then I realized that you don't have to start with this 8 hours of eating window and 16 hours of fasting window. You could start slowly. You could even do 12 hours of eating window with just 12 hours of fasting, which I thought it might be a reasonable option. The only drawback with that approach is the results are going to be delayed. You might lose motivation during the progress, but as long as you can force yourself and then reassure that you are doing the right thing, you are trying to align to your circadian rhythm, then that thought process will keep the motivation going and will keep the outcome much sooner than what you thought. So remember, fasting is a journey and not a destination. You need to choose according to your own lifestyle. And any weight loss method, I'm not saying intermittent fasting is the holy grail. All the other methods, I'm okay with that as well, but as long as it is sustainable and you need to enjoy the process. My friend Saranakumar is saying, I cannot resist eating at night because the smell from the kitchen tempts me to eat. Which window will work for me? I said, only closing the kitchen window and door will work for you. Number 2, not selecting the time based on my lifestyle. When you start this process, it is absolutely important to understand that the eating window, fasting window determination is not generalized. It has to be individualized. It cannot be one size fits all. You need to figure out what works for you in your environment, in your family, and then pick and choose the time that can be sustainable for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and even 1 year. It could be any window as long as you keep in mind that if you eat early dinner, the results will be double because you are respecting your circadian rhythm. So in my case, I started with 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That didn't work. Then I started from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That didn't work as well. Then I realized that 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is the first step in the journey because I was able to stick to it. I was able to sustain it for a long time. And once I was a month in, then I was able to decrease my eating window from 8 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Even that 15-minute decrease in your dinner time will make significant changes in your circadian rhythm that you will not be aware of. Third mistake is relaxing my criteria during hospital night duties. Whenever I was on call, whenever I got called into the hospital to see a patient maybe at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I took that as an opportunity to reward myself with all kinds of junk food that you ever think of, because I was telling myself that, okay, you are working at 2 a.m., you're working so hard, you deserve it. So I go to doctor's lounge, I eat all this bread, butter, biscuit, everything together as much as possible. Then I go back to my fasting window the next day. I thought I'll be okay. Then slowly I realized that being disciplined even during a night call or night duty is absolutely critical in getting to the outcome. So what I did was, I used to eat a little bit late dinner on my night call duties and then try not to eat anything overnight if possible. But if not, I will choose the best quality foods with complex carbs, high quality protein, high quality fats and and lots of water, and I try to limit my snacking as much as possible. This is a big problem, especially in India, because many people are working in US timings and they are all night shift workers in India. It is very difficult for the night shift workers to choose an eating window between sunrise to sunset because most of the time they don't even see the sun. They get ulcer and they see the doctor more than the sun. So to all the night shift workers, be conscious of what you are eating after sunset. If you are eating after sunset, remember that you are bothering your circadian rhythm, which means that at least what you can do is to give the best quality food with clean carbs, high quality protein, and not eating junk foods. Especially don't order biryani in the middle of the night. Fourth mistake was choosing unhealthy foods during eating window. So while I was following this method, I started noticing results. I got a little bit arrogant. I was like, okay, as long as I can stick into my eating window, I can eat whatever I want. So I started going back to my eating habits of eating everything. I used to eat like 2 plates of biryani at the same time. I will never leave a buy one get one free offer in a restaurant. Then I realized that my timing is good, but the content of the food is not good. So I tried to condense it as much as possible. Again, this has to be sustainable. Whenever I go out of the norm, I tell to myself that it is okay to do this today, but I'll compromise it on the next day. It is a healthy relationship between food and you. Remember, quality is more important than quantity of the foods. My friend Sarana Kumar eats chicken for breakfast, lunch and dinner to an extent that there is no hen in the community to wake us up in the morning. And mistake number 5, not adding enough fiber in my diet. So when I started this, it was brand new to me. I was trying to fix so many things. For example, when I woke up, I used to have my early morning coffee right away. If not, my day will not start. It was a big thing for me to just postpone that morning coffee at least 30 minutes to an hour after. If I just do that, I feel very successful. And then during the day, I try to focus on the quality of the food. I try to learn about protein, carbs and fiber and try to do everything at the same time. It was a very slow process. I failed multiple times, but one thing I was very clear is the lifeline of this eating window I never changed at all. Once the lifeline is secured, adding all the other decorations like increasing the fiber, increasing the protein, decreasing the carbs a little bit, trying to limit the eating window will just make you to the next level. But you don't have to do everything at the same time. It is a process. So in my case, I added fiber at the last because I wanted to make sure that I love the process. It should be sustainable. So once I started doing this as a habit rather than using willpower, I started adding more fiber in the food. Every man should get at least 30 grams of fiber per day. Every woman should get at least 25 grams of fiber per day. The fiber goes into your gut, creates some good gut bacteria, produces short chain fatty acids, strengthens the brain gut axis, controls your food cravings, controls your sweet cravings, makes you think better in terms of your food choices regarding what we spoke in the previous 4 mistakes. So initially when I started, it was very difficult because I started having bloating, some diarrhea, some GI disturbances. So I started slowly with 15 grams of fiber for 1 week, 20 grams of fiber for the next week, then 25 grams of fiber the week after, because you need time to identify what is the fibers rich foods, how you can get it in your environment, who is going to make it for you, or you're going to cook yourself, you're going to buy fruits and vegetables. All this will take time. So the key thing for all this process is patience and trying to figure out the workflow that works for you. For example, apple has lots of fiber. 1 apple a day keeps Dr. Pal away. If not, I will keep posting videos and come right in front of you emphasizing that you need to eat that apple. In summary, if I have to do this all over again, number 1, I will not start my fasting very aggressively. I will start it very slowly. I will understand that this is a lifelong process. This is a marathon. It is not a 7-day crash course on weight loss. And number 2, it is okay to relax your eating window as long as you can be consistent and you can be sustainable. And I understand that the results will be delayed, but I am in the right track. And number 3, when you're on night call duties, you need to really focus on the quality of the foods a little bit more than what you were eating in your eating window in the daytime, because nighttime eating is going to disturb your circadian rhythm even more. And number 4, during your eating window, you focus on the best quality of foods rather than quantity of foods. High quality protein, high quality fats, complex carbs, low carb content will expedite your journey to the destination. And number 5, adding high fiber diet will also help you significantly by promoting your good gut. Please write down in the comment section what mistakes you are doing. We will try to help you out as a community together. Remember, one belly at a time. It is absolutely important. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.